Another day, another dollar. Smoking something, feeding the Rockwallers. No revolvers, niggas asking me where you from. Just laid up, watching Kobe with my 4 sons. More focus on what they could become. As I pour me a shot of Bacardi rum.
Your main focus was Detox and Dre.
Yes.
When was the moment that everything switched and said, you know what? Fuck Detox.
I ain't never said fuck Detox.
Not you, but I think Dre pretty much was on like Detox to the side. It's Slim the Mobster time.
I don't know if that's the case. I think it got kind of taken out of hand of what he was really saying. I think he was saying he's about to let us do us because we're his motivation. Mm-hmm. And I don't think he's saying scratch Detox, fuck Detox, and none of those things. I think people took that as what he was saying. But, and again, like, he's not a fucking rapper. Mm-hmm. And people forget that. Like, when you, like, it's hard to force, like, if you're a kickboxer and you have to fight a boxer in a ring under those boxing rules, it's going to be hard. Mm-hmm. You're going to want to kick a nigga ass because you've learned to use your feet. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And for him, like, he's a producer. That's not what he does. Because, you know, Detox was a thought when Eminem came out, 50, all these dudes was involved.
The first new Aftermath generation.
Right, and all those things played out and they turned out to kind of be iffy. Yeah, because Game and 50 got into it and then, you know, little things like that, and then dudes trying to come out with headphones. All those things, it's like... It's weird. It's a weird space. Like, I don't want to be in competition with my boss.
Well, it's never comfortable like that.
Yeah, and
that's how you lose your job.
And not even that. Like, you can't outshine the nigga that gave you your shine.
48 laws right there.
Yeah, and you could write the 50th law, but you have to know all the first 48 laws first before you can even design a 50th law. And if you ain't true and genuine to those 48, then 50 don't mean shit. And I'm not saying that to disrespect nobody.
Well, do you think he does respect those first 48?
Kinda. No, not really. I'm gonna be honest. No, I don't.
Why?
I mean, like I said, anytime, and God works in mysterious ways. Mm-hmm. Like, you put yourself in a competition with a man, and then it turns out that shit is not really what it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. Like, that should show you one thing. Don't go against what got you to where you are.
You know, it's funny you bring up 50, and I guess...
What up, Fifth?
You kind of, when I was listening to Project, and I was telling Sean Money, you kind of remind me of him early, though.
Yeah, everybody say that.
It's all in the positive.
He rich. As long as I remind you of a rich nigga, I'm on my job. As long as I remind you of a bum-ass rapper, I'm good.
It's the energy you come with on the record. Sometimes the cadences, sometimes the flow sounds very, very similar. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, that energy's back. And it's like people, and it's. I don't feel like it's a bad thing because I think it's something that the game's been craving.
Yeah.
And because we've been waiting for it.
50 got a lot of money. He kind of forgot what it was to make a street record. Yeah. And I'm not saying that and to talk shit about him. I'm just saying that in the light of when you get money, even Dre, like, it's hard to talk about being broke when you got money.
Absolutely.
But being broke,
you got money, and you're.
I mean, but I don't got no hundreds and millions of dollars.
But you alright though. And
I'm straight.
You know what I mean?
I'm straight. But see, my struggle was just a few years back. Don't expect me to be rapping about being broke when I got money. You know what I'm saying? Like Eminem said, I can't rap about being broke no more. They didn't say I couldn't rap about coke no more.
Your uncle is
Freeway Rick. Yes.
I
thought we was gonna have a situation. They said Rick Ross was coming to the thing today. I'm like, oh shit, I can't wait to see how this is gonna turn out.
Well, I know you've been very animate about your feelings towards the other.
I got a problem with my heart.
But I'm not even gonna take it that way. But I heard there's movie coming out with your uncle. Actually.
Yes. I'm in that movie too, man. We getting this movie money too, man.
Yeah, what's going on with that? How is he? I know he's trying to get, I guess, back involved with the industry and everything like that. And how is he going to be working with you?
Well, he works. He's more of like my mentor. He gives like when you gotta understand, this nigga made $1 million a week in the street. Like Most rappers don't make that. But then when you take this part of a man's life and you willing to publicize all the negative shit that he's done, I feel like you owe him something. Because you don't know Pablo, you don't know Noriega, and they don't owe you a fucking favor. I'm just being honest. Like, and I make my music in an honest lane. So when you feel like I said some shit that I'm not really standing behind 100%, you should address me on it. But it's gonna be hard for you to pick up war music and find that. Because I'm not telling you about somebody else's life. It's crazy that a person could talk about selling drugs and then a picture of you being a correctional officer pops up. Like, where they do that at? I watched my uncle sit in prison behind the same shit that you glorify, and that's the shit that I'm talking about. These are the things that I'm really talking about. Like, I don't feel that. And I'm not gonna change my name. My name is Slim the Mobster. I'm not gonna change it. But if I change my name, then you know something had to provoke that. So for a nigga to call himself Ricky Rose now, that's like a gay stripper name to me. I'm just keeping it 100, cuz. Honestly. Now, that sounds like a gay stripper, personally. So how can you go from Rick Ross to Ricky Rose? That shows that you know that you weren't being 100.
So if you guys come face to face.
Oh, I ain't dodging nothing. I fight hard. I'm not scared of size, man. I've been to prison. You know what I'm saying? Where you walk alone.
No talking this out.
No, it's definitely thing. I'm a businessman. We could talk about anything, but like I'm just giving you how I feel about it. And as a businessman, we could talk about anything. But like I think they already tried to talk about it, and dude feel like it's like I don't owe no nigga nothing, but you really do. Yeah. And I'm not a correctional officer. Like, that's totally disrespectful for a nigga to sit in prison for 20 years and have a nigga that's supposedly a police use his name.
Yeah, that's tough.
Come on, man. And the coldest part is the niggas not willing to acknowledge or even say, look, man, you have contributed to my success. And the name alone, because he wasn't... Now, if he was Rick Ross and he was talking about dancing and shit, that would be different. But he talking about selling dope. Come on. If he came out with a heavy D image when he came out and I'm the overweight lover, all those things would have been cool. But you coming out in a lane and you saying, I sell this and I got birds and all, like, okay, where did that come from? Where are you getting these notions and the things, like, how can I talk, my name be Slim the Mobster and I rap about sweet shit?
Yeah, well, that wouldn't match up.
So how can you name yourself Rick Ross and talk about dope when like that? You devaluing a person's name.
You're looking. You want the authenticity and things to be.
Not even the authenticity. I want you to give that man something. Because fuck the respect. You owe that man some money.
Oh, all right. Well,
that's how I feel.
Okay. Because
everything that you talking about is really his life. And I'm not saying that he's a fake nigga. But, like, in the lure of me, like, automatically, like I said, where I come from, we respect the older dudes. And we live off that. Like, I got old niggas from my hood that I know is a fucking crackhead. But if you fuck with him, my homie's gonna hurt you.
And so, I mean, at the end of the day, it's truly about just retribution being real and keeping...
That's all it's about.
That's basically just... what you're standing on.
Because I've known this man my whole life.
Absolutely.
So when I see dudes like gaining fame off of his name, like I take that personal.
I don't want to end on a bad note.
It's not a bad note.
So let's talk about just the gist of what is the future. What's after war music? So what's coming up?
The movie's coming soon. That's the name of my album. I'm also working on a movie called Crenshaw Boulevard. Shout out to the homie Big U. I got a couple things in my arsenal that's gonna, set me aside from everybody else.
The streets keep pulling me back. I'm caught in this circle. Life is a real nigga out here with no virtues. I'm followed by this demon. Forgive me for living like that. Even when I'm dreaming, the streets keep pulling me back. I'm caught in this circle. Life is a real nigga